Good morning, movers and shakers. We're here for our 10 o'clock show on Obsessed With, and I got all dressed up today, so I hope you appreciate that, because I'm speaking to the very clever Jannine Mcfarlane, who is the founder of Swop, Teardrop. All is going to be revealed. Jannine, how you going?
Good morning, Annette. I must say you do look beautiful today, okay?
Thank you. I'm channeling my inner Russian.
And wow, and I can see that. And I put makeup on special for this occasion as well.
Well, I did too. I had my makeup artist fix me up just before. This is a professional recording studio, don't you know?
I know, of course, yeah. This is
Hayley loves my get up. That's nice, isn't it? She's sitting behind me. So, swap to your drop. Now, this is something that you came up with as we headed into coronavirus land, and then you got into the media. Tell us a little bit about what it is and why you started it. So it's a Facebook group, everybody, but tell us what was the idea?
Okay, well, as many of us, I've lost my business and I had to pay back a lot of deposits, and like many of us. And because I really love what I do, I did not really want to pivot, and the lingo of the day. I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to really nourish what I had. But in order to do that, I needed services to keep my profile up, to keep doing that. But I did not have the cash flow to do that. So I thought, there might be other people in the same boat who also don't really want to change what they're doing, but need services and don't have the cash flow. So I started this group just to see if we can exchange services. And there were many reasons behind that, not just to exchange services, but there are other reasons. Just to keep going.
So that was it. It was your way of going, well, I can't make any money right now. Other people don't have money to spend. So how can we continue to support each other?
Yeah. There's like I said, there were a few aspects behind this. One was the financial aspect. Yes, we've got JobKeeper, but with $1,500 a fortnight, that's not going to keep my business going. That's also, let alone the mortgage and the groceries. So it was about the financial issue. Many sole traders don't even have an ABN, so they don't even apply for that. So I saw a real financial, we still need services to be done, so we can get someone else and we can swap those services for services that we do. But besides that, it was also about building a strong client base for the future. For instance, I think a lot of people might not. It can open yourself up to other clients, because some people who may have been loyal to their specific provider can't afford them, but there you are, and you can swap a service, so it exposes you to them. And it can also, it was also some people that don't normally use this kind of service. If they see, oh, well, how about we try that out? I swap my service. So again, some more exposure. And also, I think referring, once you're open to other people and they can see that you're doing something that is helping each other out, that's a nice referral tick. They can refer you to other people. The other thing I also thought was to stay busy. I, for one, just suddenly I had nothing to do. And so I needed to stay busy for my mental health, as well as to sharpen my skills, because suddenly I'm not using my skills anymore. So I thought I can still keep my skills alive. And top of mind as well, posting all the things that you do on social media or wherever, you just being seen around the area that you're still working. And when all this comes back, you will be the first person, hopefully, that people will be thinking about. And then the last aspect of what I thought this could help is a lot of the people on this Facebook page don't really request a swap. They just putting their services out there for kindness, so to offer their services to help someone else. So I think it's a beautiful way of supporting the community, showing kindness, and so it's got a few layers, I think.
Yeah, it sounds very multi-layered, and it really sounds to me like we're getting back to that old barter system where, if I've got eggs and you've got tomatoes, and you need eggs and I need tomatoes, then we just do a straight swap. And, do you sometimes think that like money gets in the way? Like, I like money, you like money, it pays for all of these, pays for these awesome hats. But does it get in the way of how like we really can form relationships with each other?
I honestly, absolutely, I agree. I think in this time, in this period, I feel like we have gone straight back to basics, with all the fluff around that we can't access, the coffees we can't have, the restaurants, the bars, so we've gone quite back to basics. Even my food that I cook has gone really basic. So it feels a little bit like this is also following in that trend of going back to basics, seeing putting a different value on your services rather than monetary. I was talking about, like, me and my husband were talking the other day, and we were saying, the government's printing all this money. And I thought, well, that sounds like a great idea. Like, I don't understand economics. And for some reason, I just feel it's gone so complicated. It shouldn't have to be this complicated. Maybe I don't do it.
I agree with you. Like, I wish I could print money. That'd be nice. Like,
I can, but it won't stack up.
We might get in trouble. We might end up in jail. We could share a jail cell together. Like, you could do the photos, I could do the writing. Maybe we could write a book. That'll be adequate. Yes, that sounds great. Let's go to jail. No, let's not do that. That doesn't sound like fun at all. So what type of businesses have you had signing up to the Facebook page?
Oh, such a, I almost said cacophony. A bunch of different businesses.
Good word, cacophony.
It is so good. And kerfuffle. I love kerfuffle.
Kerfuffle. Can I think you could kerfuffle?
So the businesses that it ranges from house cleaning to drum lessons to photography, which was me, to jewelry designers. There's even a person that wants to she doesn't want to swap anything. She has a disability. She's good in the disability education space, and because people are going online, we thought she would lend her services if anyone needed help to take this online. Hairdressers, I wrote down a few things. Even people who have swimwear, she wanted to swap for eyebrow lamination. Now, I don't know what that even is, but it sounded fancy.
Did you just say eyebrow lamination?
Yeah, lamination. I don't know what that is, but anyway, it sounds fancy. And one thing that I don't know. One thing that I did find that I thought would be a really good one, a lot of people requested sort of handyman services, gardening, to swap with any online marketing. I've had marketers on there, even people that just want to give essential oils out so that people can handle their stress in this period. So yes, people want to swap, but a lot of people just want to help and put it out there and see what, how they can help.
Has it surprised you how giving people are? Because, up until coronavirus, we're all doing the hustle and sending out our invoices and chasing people for payment and, spending money on things that don't really matter. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, that actually doesn't really mean anything anymore. Do you kind of go, I didn't even realize people were this nice?
No, it does not surprise me. I have a very, very strong belief in the goodness of people. Even I mean, my tagline in my other business is, there's beauty in even the ugly bits. So I've always believed that people are just scared fear is such a sad thing, and inhibits so many people to really be truly kind. So I'm not surprised about people being so kind, but I am quite surprised, and I've noticed myself this, how much we spend money on nonsense, and at the time it is vitally important. Like, I have not been to the hairdresser, and I'm not just saying, oh, my hairdresser is amazing, but I just suddenly realized these grays and natural blonde coming out, it's not actually that important. I don't have to. Yeah, it just put a lot of things in perspective for me, and I'm truly no, I'm not surprised by people being kind. I just think now in this period we have such more of a platform for people to come out, and you look at any crisis, the kindness, and that's why I kind of, and I'm not saying I like crises, but in a crisis, in a moment of struggle, the beauty is just overshadows any negativeness for me. I mean, my husband has lost his job. I've lost my whole business. We are pretty much in a little bit of a pickle, but and it's easy to become, and it is nice to be philosophical about it. I don't know why I'm going down that tangent now, but it's just, I just see beauty in even these difficult times.
Oh, look, I left the house today for the first time in 3 months. You know, like, this is not my normal background. There is not normally a police officer sitting there poking their phone. As long as she's not in control of a vehicle, we're okay. But as I was driving along, I was thinking about how this is pretty much like one of the worst things that have ever happened to our country and to the world. And yet I feel okay with it. And like you know, I've lost stacks of business. You know, the amazing, you know, financial year that, you know, I'd planned with the Audacious Agency was like, gone. But I'm actually okay with it because I get to wear hats and have bushy eyebrows.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, that's what I'm trying to do with Swop Till You Drop is I'm trying to keep the hope going. You know, my brother in South Africa has also lost his whole tourism company, and he has it's rough. But see, I go down tangents. I need to stay on task here.
Stay on task, Jannine, or I'll come out there and I'll put you over my knee. Well, let me ask you another question. Do you see a place for this way of doing business when things get back to normal?
Yeah. Well, I think there is. I heard about. Is it called barter? I'm not sure, but there is a place. I don't know how they work. I've got no idea. I'm hoping there would be something like this will keep going, because the fakeness of when stuff is normal, trying to stay fake that your business is going so well, not fake, but you know, we always try and be more successful. We want to look more successful than we are because we need to keep that view. I would really like to keep this really down to earth, like, come on guys, I'm actually struggling. Is there someone that can help me? More of a community, bring the community a little bit closer in that way of really supporting each other and not trying to constantly outdo each other with being busy and being successful. And because I'm sure as hell not that successful as I try to show. but
and it's interesting. A big part of what you do is about bringing like reality into the photos that you take. You know, you're a big one for like, this is how it is. You're not going to make people look more glamorous than they are. And like, I always see that, like, you see people's profile pictures and then you meet them in person and you're like, hang on, like you don't look like that. So yeah. I guess that's what you're saying, isn't it? It's kind of like, let's shed this facade and be a bit more real.
Yeah, I truly, I mean, I don't underestimate my clients because I think clients, they are way more savvy than we know, and people can just spot fakes. It's just we're done with the fake window dressing. People need real. People need to know what really is going on. And I do feel that if you as a business are open, that yes, I'm going through a bad month. I know I need a bit of assistance or whatever. I do feel that you will create a much more loyal client base, because they know when you say something, you mean it. It's the truth. They can, you back yourself, they will back you.
Well, that's an important thing in business and in life, isn't it? So swap Teardrop. How many people have you got on there now?
Not heaps. I think there's about 85 people. And that's the thing, I don't know whether, who says, I'm hearing so many different things about the way the economy is going to go. I have had a few inquiries lately. So for me, it looks like things are getting a little bit back on track, but I don't know how things are going to go. So I just want a safe platform for people. That if they need help, it's there.
Well, it's always nice to be able to offer help and be able to give that help and to receive that help. Do you see the people that are on this site, is the engagement high? Are they excited about being able to offer their products and services?
No, not as yet.
We need to crack that whip. Crack that whip. Let's crack the whip. Come on, people.
Yeah, come on, man. Yes, what can I say to that? I am new to this. I am not a Facebook person. So I would love it if people would give me feedback on how to make that platform or that portal or whatever more accessible or a bit more easy to navigate or to manage. So far, I've sort of tried to put everything in states, Queensland, so that you can do. But I'm trying to figure out what is an easy way for people to say, yeah, I need a gardener. Let's see if there's someone that can swap with me. So I'm still in that process. So feedback would be great. So
you got your L plates on. That's okay. L plates are good.
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a photographer. I'm not a Facebook person.
So when you came up with this idea, was it purely to go, well, actually, I think this will help me, or you could see the bigger picture?
100% the bigger picture. 100%. Because if no matter what problem you have, you know that there are thousands of people who have the exact same problem as you, even though how obscure, even if it's a hat problem, so I did see the bigger picture, and I could see building a community. I could see people growing a clientele, a loyal extra clientele for when this is over, and mental health. That was my big thing, was the mental health, not the financial side of things, which it really isn't. It's more about the staying busy.
Yeah, because it's easy, isn't it, to just get into a rut of watching Netflix and eating Easter eggs that are now out of date because they've been on the shelves for so long, and not feeling that I think you hit on a really important point about hope, because many people had their hope stripped from them, didn't they, when they went, my business was here 1 minute, gone the next.
Yeah, and if you read some of the Facebook comments on these business sites, some of these people are really, really down because they have lost everything. People have left them. So if they can just stay busy and doing the thing that they love and help someone else in the process, keeping their business alive, what can go wrong?
What can go wrong? Absolutely.
One thing I don't am encouraging about, well, not encouraging, but I don't say on this platform is people don't barter over price in there. It's a completely just connecting people, and then they take it offline, and then they can say, this is what this package of mine costs. What can you offer similar cost? So that's it needs to be a cost-based thing, an equal money spent thing, but offline, not on the pay.
Well, it's got to be a win-win, doesn't it? And if it's not a win-win, then you're going to have an unhappy party, and you've basically ruined all your hard work on building that law of reciprocity of being able to give and receive freely and beautifully. Well, Jannine, thank you for being so proactive and doing something to help small business. Small businesses across the world need more people like you going, how can I make a difference? And you certainly did that. And I want to thank you for joining us today.
Oh, that was such a pleasure. You guys are doing such an awesome job. I love your energy. So thank you for making me part of it.
Oh, well, we'll have you back. You just keep saying nice things. Go, stop. No, keep going.
Oh, those earrings, Annette.
Oh, thanks, Jannine. Love you lots. Thanks for coming on.
You guys have a good day. Bye.